From the moment she slipped free from her pale blue shell, the others knew she did not belong. Among the flock of graceful, shimmering, feathered swans, the smallest hatchling peered out with downy grey fuzz, neither the silver of her peers nor the gold that caught the sunrise in their wings. The rippling water danced around her awkward frame as, beneath branches full of blossoms, she paddled clumsily in their wake. Her brothers and sisters swept past, trailing ribbons of beauty and praise. Their laughter was bright, echoing through trees heavy with colour. She tried to join them, stretching her thin neck, dreaming of catching just a shard of their gleam. But splashes of mockery followed her, low whispers floating in crystal air.
Why are you so plain? Why can't you glide like us?
She watched from the reeds, longing pressing against her chest. No one invited her to join the swirling games near the lily pads or the sweeping flocks that soared above wildflower meadows. Only the soft rustling of leaves kept her company as dusk painted the world in fleeting light. As each day passed, her reflection met her in the water. Long beak, awkward limbs, the greyness of uncertainty shadowing her face. Still she paddled onward. When a thunderstorm split the sky, scattering petals and feathers, the flock lifted as one, gliding to safety. She flapped hard, desperate not to be left behind. But in the tremor of the wind, wild and humming, she lost her way, swept downstream. Alone beneath emerald canopies, she drifted, the world blurring by, brightness clinging to every branch and every flower she passed, even as she felt invisible to it all. She found herself on a quiet pond where dragonflies traced silver spirals above the surface. Here a family of herons offered her silence rather than scorn. A wise old turtle blinked at her from atop a floating log, and a line of ducklings studied her curiously before peaceably continuing their journey. No one chased her away, but no one invited her near either. One morning, as the mist peeled back and dew glistened on every blade of grass, she saw swans gliding on the far shore, their feathers ablaze with sunrise. They seemed a dream, impossible, unreachable. The yearning inside her sharpened. Hesitant, she paddled closer, her heart lifting and sinking with each stroke. But she was noticed. The smallest swan turned, eyes catching the morning's first blush. The others paused, their graceful forms reflected in water now blurred by her anxious ripples. The memory of laughter, of teasing, pressed at her throat. She turned away, gliding back into the cover of lavender reeds. Tears warm on her feathers, the world's beauty swallowing her sorrow without a sound. The seasons turned, and she lingered near the pond, watching the world change around her. A tapestry of colour woven from green to gold, to a white hush of snow. Each morning she awoke a little taller, neck a little stronger, wings a touch more steady. She no longer worried about keeping up with the others or the shape of her own shadow. She explored the world quietly, weaving through sunlight and shade, breathing the air scented with peonies and wild mint. Then, one dazzling spring morning, the world erupted with life. Buds bursting, insects buzzing, swans returning, sweeping low over sparkling waters. The little swan stepped onto the shore, her heart pounding. She caught her reflection in the pond. Startled, she peered closer. Where once had been downy grey, now sleek white feathers shimmered, gleaming with the soft light of dawn. Her wings, arching and strong, glimmered with iridescence, catching every hue the world could offer. Her eyes wide with wonder, she raised her head high, feeling the rush of air beneath her wings. The flock descended, their elegance no longer distant but familiar. The smallest swan, who once turned away at her approach, now glided to her side, head bowed in gentle greeting. No mocking laughter, no whispered scorn, just silent awe at the beauty revealed in her. She joined them, her place among the swirling, dazzling flock as natural as if it had always been hers. Together they soared above rivers weaving through fields, beneath arching rainbows and drifting petals. For the first time, she revelled in the splendour of the world and in herself, radiant not in spite of her difference, but because of it. And in that glide, across water bright with dancing colours, the swan who had once been the awkward outsider finally understood. Beauty, always present, simply waiting for the moment to reveal itself, and the world ready to welcome her home.